Add 6 cups of water and 3 cups of Camelia red beans. Bring it to a boil. I like to add some bay leaves. And then I also like to add some of this. It's like a smoked spiral ham or a ham hock, whatever you have in your fridge or freezer. I just happen to have some smoked meat, so that's what I'm adding to my beans. And then I will cover the pot and reduce my fire to a low to medium heat and let it boil for about 2 hours, and then we'll come back and add in our fresh seasoning. I've added a little bacon fat in here. I store my leftover bacon fat in a mason jar and put it in the fridge. It's good in there for I don't know how long. It never lasts that long in my fridge. But the bacon fat's going to help our beans to be nice and creamy, and that's the smoked ham seasoning that I have up in here. If you don't have smoked ham seasoning, you can totally use a ham hock, but make sure you get a smoked ham hock. And you see the bay leaves are in here. So we're going to let this simmer or on a medium heat. It's going to boil like this, and I'm going to put the top back on. And we'll come back in a couple of hours and we're going to have some creamy beans. You want to make sure you stir it between the 2-hour frame. Here and there, maybe every 20 to 30 minutes, just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of your pot. The beans have simmered and the creaminess is starting to come into the beans. You can see they're still pretty whole. I'll add half of a bell pepper, just sliced, and then what I'll do with the other half is I will take it and cut it into a fine chop and add that in. And then I will also do the same thing with the onion. It's about a good cup of onion, which is half of a large onion, and I'm using Vidalia sweet onions, and I'll just put that in. And then I've got about 4 cloves of garlic that I've chopped, and I'm going to add those in. So the reason why I wait to add my seasoning into my beans about 2 hours into the cooking time is that they will generally cook for about 3 hours on a simmer, but I like to have my fresh seasoning at the end because you can really taste the seasoning when you do it that way, and it doesn't get lost in your beans. So let's go ahead on. We're going to cover our pot up, and we will cook these beans for an additional 35, I want to say you're going to cook it for at least another 40 minutes. We're also going to add in a little salt and pepper to taste, so I like to put at least a good teaspoon of some kosher salt in mine. And I'm going to use some fresh cracked black pepper, about a good teaspoon. And then I will add in some cayenne. I like cayenne in my beans. I want to say at least half a teaspoon of cayenne. And I'm also going to put a little red pepper flake in here. So say maybe about half a teaspoon of red pepper flake, and then we'll stir all that together. You can see how creamy that's starting to look. And this is what you want your red beans to look like, nice and creamy. Anybody want some red beans?